Hey Libras, it's your girl Belladonna Krishana here with your mid-month reading. Sorry it took me a minute to actually get these videos up. I always think that I'm going to be able to just get them up really fast, and that's just not how life works. I've been really tired, especially through this Mercury retrograde period that we just went through, and it's been really hard to just kind of connect to energies, to be able to give what I have to give, just because of the fact that like my mind has just been so kind of all over the place, and I feel like that is probably a lot to do with all the energies that I have to sort of read for. So I apologize it took so long, but we are here now. We started from the bottom, now we are right exactly here. So I was concentrating on guys' energy, and I kept getting the phrase, "We love what we love." We love what we love. So we're gonna kind of go with that. I've actually been concentrating on that thought for like the last 2 days that I've been trying to do this video, and that has just been what's been coming up. So we're gonna go ahead and work with that and see and read through that sort of energy and see what comes up. So at first, I start with my Libra T deck, which is a bit of a esoteric sort of deck. And then we start reading from the cards that I typically use when I'm doing readings, which is a little bit more detailed. Let's see. So, let's see. What do we have here? Okay. So, I feel like you guys have realized something about yourself that you recognize, rather, is not of tradition. And it is not um for a lot of people, it's not savory. These aren't savory ideas that you are dealing with. This could be with a partnership. So it could be somebody that you have found that is all the things that your family would not want you to be with, and yet it's somebody that really resonates with your energy. For some people, this could even be that they have a certain religion that is different from the religion that your family has brought you up in. This could also perhaps be a job that you've realized that you cannot keep doing what you've been doing, and that you need to actually, sorry, that was my phone. I need to turn that down. That you guys have been in you guys have had jobs, and these jobs have been great, but they're not necessarily fulfilling. And you realize that you've been doing these jobs for the sake of disparity, for the sake of feeling a sense of lack versus feeling a sense of fulfillment with what you do. This can also indicate the energy of this can also indicate if you're within a relationship, realizing that perhaps you guys have some very different ideas on what you want for the future. So this is kind of like having ideas that are very much against the grain of other people around you, or other people in general. I have the five. I started with. I pulled these cards already, so I have the Five of Scepters, which is basically like the Five of Wands, and this indicates to me that, a lot of this has caused a lot of conflict within your inner circle, within your life, within your family. You could even be a person who your parents want you to be a lawyer, and you've realized going through this next school, session, that you're like, "Ah, I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to be a something else." We have the um Four of Swords here. In this particular deck, you can kind of see that this is actually in a like a cyclical type of type of shape, if you will. And this is basically indicating to me that you have been doing what everybody's been asking you to do up until now, and that has been safe up until now. and you realize that that can't continue, that is not something that that can keep continuing, because you're living off of the ideals that everybody else is giving you and not living off your own true authentic expression. The Queen of Cups comes up, and this is saying this is the time that you are going to really learn to live with feeling, live with feeling your way through things. And it actually might indicate a little bit of darkness. There might be a little bit of darkness before the dawn, because you're going to kind of feel your way out through this maze, which is, what do I really desire, and what is my, how do I want to express myself in the world? I definitely don't feel like I want to express myself in the world the way that everybody else has been telling me that I should. I definitely feel connected to this person who could potentially be a life partner for me, and I know that nobody else agrees, but this is what I want, and this is who I am choosing. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle cards from this deck, and we are going to get into it. This is basically going to tell us WTF. What the fuck? What's coming up? What do we have to look forward to? What are we not seeing? What's going on with the Libra energy? The Librians? Librians? We'll go with Librians. What's going on with the Librians? I don't know if I do this every video. I just don't know what to call you guys. I guess I would call you guys just Libras, I guess, right? Just Libras. It's simple. So, let's see. We're going to pull 6 cards from here, and we're going to see what comes up. Okay. Okay. So, we have the Ace of Cups that comes here. And this is telling me that because you've decided to detach yourself from the ideals of others into sort of a more independent feeling place. The Ace of Cups is telling me that this is going to be a time of beginnings that have the potential of being very emotionally fulfilling. We have the King of Pentacles that comes up. So this indicates to me that there's someone's going to come into your life who's going to be somebody who is quite stable, or this is indicating to me that there's a stable energy that's going to come into your life through you actually moving through the path of authenticity. The big word of the day, moving through the path of authenticity. You're going to move into a more stable place through the path that you have chosen versus the path of disparity we were talking about earlier. It's not going to be easy. We have the 10 of rods that comes up. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to have to tell your friends and family what you have decided to do, or who you've decided to be with, or the decision that you've made within your relationship. But you have to remember that it's your relationship to everything else. It is not everybody else's relationship to everything else, and you don't owe anybody an explanation. So, um, we have the Wheel of Fortune card that comes up, and this card is a card of karma for some, a card of destiny. This is also a card of, this is now going to, because you've moved through this is now going to be a really, really good cycle. Now it's going to be like a season cycle. So there's going to be times where things are going to spring forth and you have new creativity, and it's going to be really great. There's going to be times when, when you have a lot of pressure and it's, hot as hell. It's going to have a lot of pressure, like summertime. And then there's going to be a winter time where things are going to feel a little bit more stagnant. But this is going to be a really good season in your life. The Knight of Swords is basically telling me that if you are at a point of indecision, especially up until, let's say, mid to end of May, that you need to make a choice and you need to run with it. You need to move forward. You need to charge forward. because you know intuitively what is going to be best for you and not anybody else. Now, this could also indicate an energy coming into your life that is going to sort of overtake you energetically. Once you figure out what it is that you want, you're going to see that the universe is going to start sending you things and with a quickness, and you're going to have to make decisions right on the spot. And it's going to be a little bit overwhelming at first because you're like, so used to being able to take the time to kind of figure it out. And you guys are air signs, so a lot of times you guys aren't necessarily, what's the word? A lot of indecision can happen, and this is going to be a time when you have to make a choice, and I mean right now. Um, we have the Empress coming up. Now, this is in reverse. I don't necessarily think this means that you guys aren't going to be on top of your game, but I definitely think that there's going to be a little bit of a training period. I also feel the word initiation period, a time when you are intern, like an intern period. So I feel like before you guys actually take your throne, there's going to be a period where you have to kind of get through the learning curve of this new path that you've decided to take, or that you have taken. And this energy is going to kind of find you, I'd say, right about the mid to end of May. This energy is going to find you where you're going to find yourself in a period of having to learn a lot about this new path that you've decided to take, that you've probably never seen before, you've never experienced before. Let's see, what's at the bottom of the deck? We have the Page of Rods at the bottom of the deck. So this is indicating to me that you are actually going to hear some pretty good news soon, and this good news is actually going to be directly tied to this path that you guys have decided is going to be best for you, and I'm really excited for you. Um, anyway, that's it. That's what I got. It's quick and easy, and 11 minutes. Usually I go a lot longer. My messages can go from, from 11 minutes to like 30 at this point. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has definitely helped you. I look forward to seeing you next month. Like, share, and subscribe. I am running a special on readings. In case you would like one, you can go ahead and email me at the address below, and I will we'll talk about it. We'll get through it. Okay? Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.